Hey guys and gals, Von Baden here. I've kind of scribbled down my doctor handwriting some things that I wanted to talk about in this video. This is not the video that I wanted to put up for Monday's video, but since the situation is getting a bit more complicated, it's something I'd like to talk to you guys about so you guys know what's going on. In case there's people out there who are not creators, which I know some of you that view my videos and other YouTubers don't actually make your own videos, and that's all fine and dandy, but to bring you guys up to speed on what's going on, sorry about the bouncing around, but I'm in the car. The FTC had sued YouTube for basically having content that collected minors, which is 13 and under's personal information, email address, stuff like that. They had ads that were directed towards kids that collected personal information. The FTC got a bunch of complaints about it, and they sued YouTube, and it was an astronomical amount. So they devised a law called Coppa, which is Children Online Privacy Protection Act for children 13 and younger. And what they've done now is YouTube is passed on to creators like myself. Granted, my channel isn't as big as other channels, and we'll get to that in a few minutes, but what YouTube wants us to do to be in compliance with Coppa is every video that we now upload, we have to mark if it is directed at children or not for children. So, okay, simple enough. You put a check and you're all good. Well, the determination of what is kids content is a bit vague. We'll put it that way. Actually, it's very vague. Some of the rules, and you can apply to one of these rules or all of these rules or part of these rules, which makes this even more difficult. But for your video to be deemed kid content or not, it has to fall in these lines. Subject matter of content that may appeal to kids. I don't know about you, but when I was 13 and younger, my interests were a fart in a windstorm. Some of my content is magic-based, which could appeal to kids. Some of it is the prop making, which could appeal to kids. So that's kind of vague. Let's see. Your visual content. So, if you're using clips of cartoons and stuff that may appeal to kids, your video could be deemed kid content, or directed towards kids, I should say. The use of animated characters or child-oriented activities and incentives. I haven't ever seen it, but there is some kind of channel that does a dress-up game or something like that, and that was deemed to be kid-orientated. Now, I don't know anything about it, but I know that's one of the examples that YouTube gave out there. And I'm sorry, I'm still a bit congested and whatnot, so I might not sound my normal cheerful self here. Music or audio content that may appeal to children. Ages of models that are in your videos. Now, some of these, once again, do not apply to me, but presence of child celebrities who appeal to children. Language or characteristics of the site, which everybody's YouTube channel can be deemed a website that, like I said, language or characteristics of the site, so things in your channel that would be appealing to kids would be another one of those things that they can flag you on. So when I first heard this, I thought, okay, I'll just make it real simple and just go through and mark all my videos not made for kids. Well, here's the issue with that. And I get there's thousands and millions of web channels out there. Hold on a second. Sorry about that. There is thousands of YouTube channels out there, and the chances of me getting flagged or checked is very minuscule, but we'll get to why this is such a dangerous thing. But the fine, if they find that your content, like I said, I had marked my stuff for adults, but if they find that they deem that my content or a portion of my content is directed towards kids or would fall in lines of this might be material that or content that children would find appealing, and I mark it as adults and they deem it's for kids, that is a fine of $42,530 per video. That's a big gamble. That's a big gamble even to say, well, I'm a small channel, chances of them checking me out, slim to none. What if I'm that one person that they decide, you know what, let's check your channel. So, what does this mean? So now what I have to do is I have to go back through and correct everything that I did. Hey, just want to throw this in there. I noticed that I missed making this statement in the video at this point. They give you two options. You can go through and do each individual video, marking it kids or not kids, or you do your whole channel. Because I have videos that are definitely adults, I couldn't go through and just mark the whole channel. With the channel setting, I have to go through each individual video. Granted, it's not a long process, but I've got well over 150, 100, I don't even know. I got a lot of videos that I got to go through. So I'm trying to do this and get those done. So just wanted to throw that in there. Thanks. I did. Now there's some videos that I have that I know definitely would not follow under Coppa. The eating the razor blades and swallowing razor blades and fishing them out, that kind of stuff, I would hope wouldn't get flagged by Coppa, but it's age restricted, so, and that was YouTube's call. They wanted to put an age restriction on it, so it's age restricted, so I marked it as adults. And I'll leave it that way. But nonetheless, I have to go back through all my videos and change all my videos to kids content, which will affect you guys in the following ways. You will no longer be able to search my content in the search bar. It won't pop up in searches, and will not pop up in suggested, and you will no longer be able to comment on any of my videos. And sorry, once again, throwing this in there. The other thing that will be removed from the community is notifications. I don't know if that means total, I don't know exactly how broad of what that is going to be. I don't know if you'll have to just go to my channel to see if there's a new video. Granted, I I try to make sure that every Monday, usually early morning, I post a video. So, sorry about that. So I don't know on notifications. I'm hoping that before January 1st, I can have a better idea of what they're talking about and go from there. That are marked this way. Now, I'm going to try to leave a link to the petition that's being signed down in the description. All of this has to be done before the 1st of January, and with holidays and stuff that I do, work, whatnot, I need to get my videos straightened out before I hit that January 1st and I get a nasty little letter saying that I'm being fined. One more point that I wanted to throw in there. When YouTube notified all creators of this, they ended up saying at the end, if you're not sure if your content is kid directed, you can contact a lawyer. Now, I have a few channels that I follow that are social media lawyers, and one of the biggest issues that I've seen with creators and what this lawyer points out is that the defining factors is so vague and so open to interpretation as far as what is right and what is wrong, that even a lawyer can't look at your video and say, nope, that would definitely fall in the lines of kid directed or not kid directed. There's all kinds of channels out there that have adult language in it, but are dealing with cartoons and this and that and the other thing. So hopefully we can get this figured out. So that's why this video is getting posted for today, so you guys know what's going on. I have other videos that are in various stages of filming or editing that will be posted, but I just wanted to reach out to you guys, give you guys some information. If you could sign the petition, like I said, I'll try to link that down there. Hopefully, with this petition, I'm all for being compliant with Coppa, but I just need a better definition of where my content would actually fall in line with, and saying that it may appeal or they may deem it appealing doesn't really help me when I'm trying to comply and say, okay, it is for kids or isn't for kids. So, all right, so I do have other videos coming up, and once January 1st hits, we'll have a better idea of what we're going to do here as a community, and what happens after this. So stay tuned, and I will see you on the next video. Thanks. Bye.